All right, over the course of this semester in GIS applications, but perhaps in other courses you're taking too, or in a different course, you might be asked to export a PDF version of a map that you create in ArcMap. So a few things to point out about how to do this. The first one is that, by default, at least in most ArcMap installations that I've had and even installed, the default view is the data view, and that's what we're seeing here, where we see a map and we see features and we can mess with their symbology, etc. But this isn't like designing a map to be printed. And so for exporting a map, you want to make sure that you're doing so in a way that allows you to print that map. It'll take a second to draw because I'm streaming the background features here, this image, over the internet. But when you switch to layout view, which is this button here, it's tiny. We started in data view, we move over to layout view. You see essentially a page, and this is what a printed page would look like. And you would want to position your map in space on this page, staying within the margin boundaries, which are actually pulled, I believe, from your printer, whatever one you have installed, or from your page and print setup options here. You could click on this to switch to landscape view or portrait view, and you can actually have the page size constrained by your printer or not, as the case may be. In this case, too, I want to point out the fact that you have layout zoom tools and data zoom tools. That's what this is. So the data zoom tools are usually docked to the toolbar by default, and you use these to zoom in and out on your data. Just like that. It'll take a second to draw again because we're streaming online here. The layout zoom tools are like moving the page, the map page, closer to you or further away. They don't change the data view. They instead zoom in and out on this digital representation of a printed page. So what you can do is use these zoom out, zoom in, pan, zoom to fit, zoom to one-to-one correspondence from screen to page, etc., in order to get an idea of your page layout, or you can zoom in and out, etc., with your data. A couple other things. When you make a map in ArcGIS, you can take advantage of some of the dynamically updated things like a legend, north arrow, some kind of scale indication, which I would recommend, at least for my classes, that you include in some way. We have labs where we'll be delving more into the basic cartographic design of things, but a map should include scale and some mention of what's on here. Once your map is the way you would like it, and for example's sake, I'm just going to leave it like this, but you probably want some other items on here. You would probably not, just as an aside, on your initial map, a scale indication and a layout is all that's needed, although you should follow the directions on messing with the symbology. Then you need to go here, once your map is getting the way you like it, you would go here to the File menu and then go to Export Map. In this case, you would want to change this Save As type to be a PDF right here. And then you want to set your resolution to be equal to whatever was specified in class. There are other options, but this resolution one is the most important. And then finally, for most digital displays, exports, you want to clip output to graphics extent. And what that's going to do is make it so you don't have all this extra white space on there. However, if you were trying to export a PDF for printing, you might want to include that white space, although even then I would be doubtful. Finally, you want to pick a good export location and give it a good descriptive file name, including, at least for class, your last name. Click Save and it will run. It will not, however, open the PDF for you. So in order to do that, you would want to find that in your file structure tree, and then you could open it up and see what it looks like. And you notice, because I checked that clip output to feature extent, I don't have any white space. It essentially clipped it to what we call the neat line, the edge on the thing there. And then, at least in this class, GIS applications at Indiana State University, you would want to upload this PDF to Blackboard or whatever course management system we're using. And that's how you do it, at least in 10 versions 10, 9, 8, 9, and 10 of ArcMap.